Hello, good day everyone. How are you all today? My name is Hussein. Today is 13th of July and I'm back again to bring you all this week review and the updates that we will be looking into the financial markets. Just to give you a quick review on that US stock index futures bounced around late Sunday amid a record surge in coronavirus cases. As of 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time, Dow Jones Industrial Average were up about 0.56%, which had risen around, if you have a look here, about 180 points. Alright, and although that was earlier in the overnight session, and also looking ahead for S&P 500 futures, whereby we have about 0.44% gain at the late Sunday. Right, as we spoke about it, that as long as it remains above the H4 trend line, we expecting an upside for it. So looking ahead for other upcoming updates, whereby we saw in Florida reported about record 15,300 new cases in a day, and as the Disney World reopened in Orlando, we saw a little bit of I would say the spikes in the coronavirus cases. All right, but you see why the stock market keeps trending higher, because I believe that it is a new normal that people have realized in terms of that, if in terms of precaution, in terms of like the precautionary measures, that you got to live with it. But at the same time, there's a lot of development that is going on in the final trial of vaccinations. Now the stock market is keep going up because of the Federal Reserve stimulus plans, and also the measures that they have taken in a way to stabilize the economy. You see, last week we saw the Dow Jones Industrial Average finished about 1.43% higher, which was about 1% higher than the previous weeks. And also S&P 500 booked a gain of about 1.8%, and the Nasdaq Composite booked a gain of about which was advancing about 4% all in all overall. Right, so that is, we see that the sentiment still remains bullish on that, because sometimes when you are not sure about the news, we can always analyze it with the price action analysis, and we see that there is a room more up for this week to the upside. Alright, however, having a look in the economic calendar, we are loaded with tons of events this week, which will be many of the events that will be actually coming out from the central banks, whereby they are going to implement all the economic measures to be taken place into the respective countries, which will have a direct impact on the particular country's currencies. However, let's have a look on Monday. It's a very, I would say, that empty Monday. We do not have much expectation, we don't have much data coming out. However, tomorrow onwards, manufacturing production comes by month on month, year on year from the England, and industrial production. Then we have got GDP coming out from England, that will be having an impact on the pound pace. Then we have got CPI, consumer price index, coming out from US. All right, and looking ahead on Wednesday, we have got another retail sales and CPI numbers from England, and looking ahead for and then we having got Bank of Canada monetary policy reports and Bank of Canada rate. This will be having a very wild impact on the CAD dollars, right, in all the Canadian pays. However, moving on to Thursday, we have got the change of the number of employed people, unemployment rate from Australia, and as we see that Australia is going through another lockdown for the next 3 weeks, whereby we saw a surge of coronavirus cases, and it's not as bad as for the first time. And then we have got another coming out, another one is on Thursday, which is from England, ILI unemployment rate related to the employment sector. Then we have got ECB rate decision, which will be having an impact on the euro. And then on Friday, we have got not much building permits or housing starts in coming out from US. So all in all, these will be some of the events that will be taking their turns to actually impact on the currency pair. So having a look on the price action on some of the currency pairs like AUD and ZAD, it's a bit of retracement. We see that the room is going to be to the downside, but for this week, we still see the more room for the downside is coming. And having a look at USD CAD, we see that on today's, we see that in the next couple of 2-3 days, we can expect this to reach to this support. However, any further changes, because we have got Bank of Canada rate decision will change the destiny or the fate of this currency pair. But however, for the next couple of days, we're gonna see maybe by till tomorrow it's gonna keep going down. And if I see probably if it breaks this support, right, it will open the room all the way to the downside. And looking ahead for GBP AUD, we see that Aussie dollar is expected to be weaker, and that is the reason, a matter of time, even if you see a pullback on that, so we will see a rally up to the upside for this, because in a weekly time frame, you see that we have actually posted this, but I can just show it again. It has found a very strong and major support at this particular zone. Right here. That's what we're expecting to the upside. Aussie dollar, for Aussie dollar, we can expect this to go up a bit, and then probably we're gonna wait and see more corrective structure on this. I see that it is going to push up a bit further today. CHF JPY, it has actually taken its first initial wave towards bearish momentum, and this bearish momentum is just a one confirmation. Usually you always go for a second confirmation to take position in advance to be sure that market will be in your favor. So we're gonna see a pull up here today, and then we're gonna see a rally back again to the downside. Right, and looking ahead for some of the other pairs, if we want to have a look on GBP USD. So for GBP USD, all right. So I see that today it is pushing up, and possibly it is gonna push up further, but longer term direction is to the downside, right? So we gotta see one leg up, perhaps by Wednesday or Thursday legs down, because we gotta see a lot of economical data which is coming up from England this week. This pair will be on its limelight. However, in our London session forecast that is we are going to conduct tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and on Thursday, we will be actually giving you the structures accordingly, basing on the current price action, and we will be providing you the forecast on day-to-day basis how you can position yourself according to the market setup. Right? Structure changes every day. There's a new setup. Every day there's new position to be taken into place. And having a look at on the concept of American dollar, what we expecting it on an intraday basis. So for an intraday basis, we are expecting one leg down on this. So if I go into the H1, as you could see here, it is giving us a downtrend. Right here, right? It is possibly going to the downside. So if I would be, H4 is a better clear picture. So here, if you see, yeah. So we're gonna see from here, American dollar is expected to be weakened for today till tomorrow. Then what happens the next day? We will be doing another forecast like usual. So here we are. There you go. Right. Okay. So we're gonna expect one leg down on this, most likely to complete a fall back onto the support of this channel. Alright, so as I mentioned earlier, it's a never-ending forecast that will be taking place even by tomorrow. We'll be coming up with new updates, with new possible opportunities that we will be implementing in a way to trade better, safer, and also profitable. As for now, I will be signing off, and I will be coming back again for more upcoming videos to provide you support from time to time in a way to help you out to maximize your gains. For now, have a great trading week, and we will see you guys again. Take care and bye bye.